Good evening. Here's something to chew about before sleeping tonight. Why, in Akeidah, was the ram selected as a substitute sacrifice for Yitzhak, the son of Abraham? One answer. Have you ever seen a ram in his habitat? A more sure-footed creature you will not find. It is inconceivable that such a sure-footed creature, to whom even a fingernail's breadth of cliff face is enough of a hold for it to climb, could have become entangled in the thicket by its horns, so to speak. Particularly not that ram, entangled in that very thicket, on that very mountain, at precisely the time that Avraham Avinu, in raising a knife to slaughter his son, directs his eyes heavenward and espies the ram. The ram is silent, helplessly caught up in the thicket by his horns, the smaller of which we heard blow at Mount Sinai at the giving of the Torah, and the larger of which will be blown in Messianic times. It's the ram's mission as herald of Matan Torah and of the coming of Messiah that places it in a position to become entangled in the thicket of materiality in the first place. This is because the plight of the ram, created at twilight on the sixth day of creation, is the plight of the soul. It is for this noble purpose, to become entangled in the thicket of materiality, in a sort of quantum entanglement, to be elevated, shechted, and burned as a sacrifice in place of Yitzhak. And this particular ram has been created for just that purpose. Only when Abraham lifts a knife to shecht his son does the angel of Hashem confer his blessing upon him. Only after Akeidah can the shofar give forth its plaintive voice at Sinai. Only then can the ram, which in a very real sense is Isaac, speak in a new language of longing and laughter. And what does the ram say? It says, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, and then it happily dies. It's like this. In order to sacrifice the ram instead of his son, Abraham has first to free the ram from the thicket and elevate it to God by shechting it atop the wood and sending it up in flames, meaning Abraham has first to free the soul of his progeny from a thicket of ungodly desire. This is a daunting task for Abraham, who is the exemplar of loving kindness, of compassion, and of the force of limitless expansion. This Abraham does with his usual alacrity. With the ram, and Yitzhak too, voluntarily participates by being bound up in the fiery yoke of heavenly sovereignty, becoming an outward-looking korban instead of himself, being just by himself. He gives of himself against his natural inclination and to the point of complete and total immolation. We are that ram.